Hare Krishna. So we are already live on YouTube. I'm so grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you for joining us today. Today is 21st May 2026. 21st May. Wow. 21st May 2026 and Thursday. Thursday. So we gathered here to discuss on text 25, and most likely also we can go into 26 and 27. All right, let's see. We try to do 2 or 3 verses in this today. So before that, let's do our invocation prayer. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutali Swayam Rupa Karamayam Dadati Swaparantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamulam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagar Jadam Shahagana Raghunathan Vidam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savaduta Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakan Vidamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishtai Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Vedanta Swami Tinamani Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavari Pasachari Starini Nama Om Vishnu Padai Krishna Prishtai Bhutale Srimadi Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Tinamini Sharv Shri Varshapadavi Devi Daitai Kripabdai Krishna Sambandha Vikranadaini Prabhavi Nama Madhuryo Jwala Premade Sri Rupanuga Bhakti Shri Gaura Karuna Shakti Vigrahaya Namastute Namaste Gauravani Shri Murtai Pina Tarine Rupanuga Viruda Pasidanta Dvatarine Nama Gaura Kishoraya Sakshat Vairagya Murtai Vipralambara Sambude Padam Bujaite Namaha Namo Bhakti Vinodaya Sachidananda Namine Gaura Shakti Swarupai Rupanuga Vraite Gaura Virbhav Bhumestam Nidas Sajana Priya Vaishnava Sarubhama Sri Jagannathayate Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyacha Paritanam Pavinibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Om Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pratayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Garutise Namaha Pancha Tattvatmakam Krishnam Bhakta Rupa Surupakam Bhaktavadaram Bhakta Hakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanurti Devi Pranamami Haripriye Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langayate girim yat kripa tamaham vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayat Nasta Prayesu Abhadresu Nityam Bhagavata Seveya Bhagavate Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Hari Om Tat Sat Namo Vishnu Pada Krishna Prishta Putari Shrimadi Jayapataka Swami Tinamani Namacharya Padaya Nitai Kripa Pradayane Gaura Pada Damadaya Nagari Ramdari Sri Srila Guru Maharaj Ki Jai. Okay, let's do our recital of Govardhan prayer for Purushottama month. So I think today we just do 11 times. Okay, you can see it in the new Naimisharanya Forest group. Up there, I've pinned the message. Just go there and click the pin. You can see the mantra. Right? You all want to unmute yourself to sing along, or you want to sing while you are muted. But no matter what, please sing. It's very auspicious, especially to recite on this month of Purushottama. Okay. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsameshanam Govindam Gopika Priyam Govardhanadaram Vande Gopala Goparupinam Gokulotsameshanam Govindam Gopika Priyam Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsameshanam Govindam Gopika Priyam Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanavaram Vande Gopala Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopala Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopalam Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. Govardhanadaram Vande Gopala Goparupinam Gokulotsavam Ishanam Govindam Gopika Priyam. I offer my obeisances unto Lord Govinda, who lifted Govardhan Hill, who is the protector of cows, who appears in the form of cowherd boy, who is a source of joy for Gokula, who is the supreme controller and who is very dear to the gopis. Hare Krishna. Right, so let's continue. So yesterday we had a very nice discussion, especially. All right. So, and of course, I'm so grateful to all the takeaways. There are a lot of takeaways like Krishna Kumari Mataji and Satyanarayan Prabhu. Thank you so much. Okay, because after the session, when we know that what is your takeaway and what is your realization, it's actually very exciting. Exciting because when we are speaking, we don't know how many people have understanding and how many people are learning. We're not so sure. When you can come out with this kind of short summary, it's very inspiring actually. So I hope that everyone can do this. Okay, of course, it's not a force, but for your own spiritual benefit, I suggest you to do it. And if you think that you don't like to say it out, I mean, you don't have time to like type it, at least you can speak out. Because what you're speaking out, of course, your voice, you can put a voice message, just can press the thing and just record your voice message and put it, so that those people who are very passive in the group also can become active. Also, they also can see what is this something. So at least all these can make them enthusiastic to go and check it out. What is the class, or at least to read the purport. Because our goal is to read the purport. Okay. So then we also have there's a few of the things that we have read yesterday that what is the importance of Garbhadana Samskara. How to get a children who is completely perfect. So if you're going to have a child, you want to create a child who are perfect children, it's very simple. Just follow the Garbhadana Samskara. Our Vedic system never go wrong actually. Our Vedic system never go wrong. Only due to our modernization, which is degradation, we start to compromise in many things. And that compromise has already created so much of trouble. Okay, and some they have lost the culture, lost the thing, like for instance during Pongal, the festival of Pongal. What is the idea of Pongal? Just like how the cowherd boys, the cowherds of Gokula, they worship Indra. What they did, they go to the open air. They put all the auspicious things like what they call like sugar cane and all these things. They cook in the open air and offer to Indra. All right, offer to Indra. Then after that, when this Krishna came and said, "Why offer to Indra? Why not offer to the mountain, Govardhan?" And they say, "Yes, makes sense." And they didn't go to the kitchen and they didn't cook in the kitchen. So like that, but like nowadays, you see so many people have compromised on this. Never mind. As long the milk is boiled and poured down, and I put some rice and put some sugar, make it sweet rice, is enough. Okay, it's enough. So when they start to compromise nowadays, you see people are actually, I mean, not to say everyone, but now it is becoming more obvious, more and more obvious. Okay, that people are, okay, 10, oh, I'm a busy lady, busy working mother, this and that, have to go to school, this and that. So they prefer to do it in the kitchen and they compromise. The culture is getting lost. So this kind of compromisation happen when this is what. So that's why when we want to have a perfect child who's going to follow the perfect system, we need to have, okay, now, what happens if our children are not born out of Garbhadana Samskara? What is that, Garbhadana? All right, now say you become a devotee. Are you? My son was not a Garbhadana. My daughter is not a Garbhadana Samskara. All right, they've been born in what they call the so-called normal modern way, out of romance and out of lust and all these kind of things. So what can I do? Very simple. Train your children from now itself. Never compromise on the spiritual training. Others, they can wait. I have seen my teacher, my English teacher, who wanted to be a lawyer all her life, but of course the parents couldn't afford. She became a teacher. And after she retired, that time the retirement was 55. After she retired, age of 55, when she get the graduating money and everything, at the age of 55, she pursued a degree. And at the age of 58, 59, she became a lawyer. And today she's still practicing as a lawyer. My English teacher, secondary English teacher. So that's no compromise. That means it's not to say that you have to study, Of course, we have to give priority to education and everything. But the most important, we have to give priority to discipline. You cannot simply, like not in those days, they say you spare the cane, spoil the child. But nowadays, you take the cane, you go behind the bar. You can be sued. Nowadays, the children go to school and the teacher asks, is there any problem in your family? Is your father and mother start fighting? Did they harm you? Did they touch you here and there? My daughter, little girl, came and asked, why are they asking me all that question? I said, oh, they did you. They say, wow. So did you say anything? No, Lappa, yesterday you quarreled with Amma, I didn't tell. I didn't tell. Why? No, they say fight means they ask whether father got punched the mother or mother got punched the father. Oh, that kind of fight. Okay. Because everything is degrading. So don't compromise on spiritual education. Right? So every day, at least half an hour to 1 hour, make a point to sit with your children and start chanting Hare Krishna. Or make a point to sit along and to study something. Or make sure that every Sunday you go with them, take them out. I mean, I'm talking if you're a regular devotee, of course, you're 24/7, you're practicing. But say if you're listening, no, make a point, let's go to temple, or make sure once a week, let's take prasadam. Every day you're a vegetarian, but Sunday is a prasadatarian. Right? So like that. Never compromise. Let them get the taste. And eventually they can get the sukriti. It's very, very, very important. When I want to speak to my children about this Bhagavad Gita and all this, they run away. They say, oh, boy, you're so boring. You're so boring. I say, never mind. Now let's improve our English. All right. Your English is so bad. Okay. My son going having a debate. And they say, okay, now let's improve the English. Okay. Now I'm going to read some English phrases and let's this. Okay. Say, what to do? Open the Bhagavad Gita. What Bhagavad Gita? Just shut up and sit down. Let's discuss. So I used Bhagavad Gita to improve their English. So some or other, they start to take up. So like that, by all means, never compromise, because this is very important. All right. Without being, because right, Prabhupada writes here, without the children being self-controlled, without being disciplinary, and without being fully obedient, no one can become successful in following the instruction of the spiritual master. All right. So we have the responsibility as a father, as a mother. Okay. So now, okay, now it's too late for them. How about your grandchildren? Even your grandchildren also, you can try to somehow or other encourage. But if for some, like in a situation where they are very old and depending on the children who are not practicing, it's okay. So what do? You pray for them. Right? So it's whatever said and done is done. But say if you still have a choice, never compromise on that choice. So that's what's the takeaway yesterday. And today we're going to do text 25. So text 25, what they call, Narada Muni continuing his life story. All right, his what do you call that? Testimony. What is the word? So he's sharing his history, what happened. All right. Now let's look at this word. Uchchista. So uchchista, lepan anumodito. Anumodito dvijay. What is dvija means? Dvija means brahmanas. Sakrit sma bunye tat apasta kilbisha sha. Kilbisha. Evam pravrittasya. Pravrit, rit, then tasya. Eva pravrittasya vishuddha. Vishuddh, then da. Vishuddha chetasas. Tat dharma evatma ruchihi prajayate. Okay. Uchchistalepan anumodito dvijay. Sakrit sma bunye tat apasta kilbisha. Evam pravittasya vishuddha chetasas. Tad dharma evatma ruchihi prajayate. Uchchistalepan anumodito dvijay. Sakrit sma bunye tat apasta kilbisha. Evam pravrittasya vishuddha chetasas. Tad dharma evatma ruchihi prajayate. Uchchistalepan anumodito dvijay. Sakrit sma bunye tat apasta kilbisha. Evam pravrittasya vishuddha chetasas. Tad dharma evatma ruchihi prajayate. Please recite the verse.
Prabhu, shall I?
Go ahead, Mataji.
Uchchitalepan anumodito vija.
Very good.
Sakhars mabunje tad apasta kilbisha. Evam pravartasya visuddha chetasas. Tat dharma evatma ruche prajayate.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Oh, nice. Next. Your pronunciation has improved, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhu.
when you take your deep breath and you sing with the raga, you get it. Nice.
I can
nice.
try, Prabhu. Hare
Yes, go ahead,
Krishna.
Mataji.
Uchistalepan anumodito dvija. Sakrit smabunje tad apasta kilbisa. Evam pravitasya visuddha chetasas. Tat dharma evatma ruchi prajayate.
Very nice. Fantastic. But there's few correction, Mataji.
Yes,
This is
Prabhu.
uchchista. Uchchista.
Uchista.
So the word C have to pronounce like cha.
Uchista. Uchista.
Uchchista. Okay. Then
Okay, Prabhu.
second one is which one? Bunje. There's a double T. Anumodita DJ. Swabunje the pastakil visha. Evam pravrittasya vishuddha. This is vishuddh. Vishuddh. Then da.
Visuddha.
Not visuddha.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a devotee that Vishuddha Devi Dasi. I think in KL, I think if I'm mistaken. Vishuddha Devi Dasi. Okay.
Visuddha.
So I've seen people are calling her Vishuddha Mataji. No, actually not Vishuddha. Vishuddha.
Vishuddha.
So that's why there's double D there. Okay, nice.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, next. One more person. Visvamala Krishnan. Visvamala Mataji, are you there? Are you able to sing? Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
उच्छिष्टलेपाननुमोदितो द्विजै सकृतस्म पुञ्जे तत् अभस्तखिल्पिष एवं प्रवृतस्य विश्वताशेदस्य तद्धर्म एवात्मरुषि प्रजायते.
Very nice. Mataji, இனிமே நான் உங்களை கூப்பிட மாட்டேன். நீங்க every day நீங்க just start singing, okay? விஷ்மமாலா கிருஷ்ணன்.
Okay, Prabhu.
So நான் கூப்பிட்டாதான் நீங்க பாடணும்ல. இது மாதிரி ஸ்லோ டக்குன்னு நீங்க முதல்ல பேச ஆரம்பிச்சிடுங்க. ஓகே?
Okay, Prabhu.
ஏன்னா நீங்க தமிழ்ல எப்படி இருக்குன்னு நான் தெரிஞ்சுக்கணும்னு ஆசைப்படுறேன். See, just now நீங்க என்ன சொன்னீங்க இந்த வார்த்தை? How did you pronounce yours? How in Tamil is pronounced? Pavrittasya.
Pravruddhasya.
All right. See, like this is word R. Okay, it's the only word in Sanskrit it's available. R with the dot at the bottom. So how are we going to pronounce the word? Rrr. So pravrittasya, pravr. But the same letter that translated into Indian language like Tamil, Telugu, Malayalam, and all these, it's pronounced like RU. It pronounced like RU, Ru, but not Ru, Ru, Ru. So again, Solanga Mataji, the word again.
Pravruddhasya.
Pravrittasya. So you see the word Ru is there, silent Ru. So pravrittasya, pravrittasya. All right. So that's it. That's why when you go to pronounce Krishna, right? Say the word is Krishna, K-R-S-N-A. Okay, there's a dot at the bottom. Okay, there's a dot at the bottom. Krishna. So how are you going to pronounce Krishna? But the real pronunciation, if you look at Tamil, okay, it comes like sorry. My Tamil is out. Anyway, I tried my best to my best understanding. So I don't know in the room there, but anyway, I just put ru. Okay, then something like that ish na. All right, or in Tamil or in English translation, it pronounced like ki, ru, ish, and na. That's the real pronunciation. Krishna. Okay, Krishna. So when we sign, how are you going to pronounce it? Hare Krishna. So Kirushna, Kiruishna, Kiruishna. So Krishna. So ki and ru, we just combine the word ki and ru. You make it, you combine the word and say it out loud quickly. Kru, kru, kiru, 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 kiru. So kru, 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 Krishna. That's the real pronunciation. Ah, yes. So Mataji have written the ki, rushna, ru. See, there's the word ru there. So the R dot at the bottom is pronounced as, see the R. Okay. R dot at the bottom is what they call ru. Okay. Ru. So Krishna. So you can go back to my recording on Harinam Chintamani, the first session, you can go back to Harinam Chintamani class, day 1, first day. So how I shared about how we should pronounce Hare Krishna mantra. So Hare Krishna. So the K become like a K. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hare, Hare. Because E, we know we pull the raga. Then Rama, E Rama. There was a word E in front. Then Rama. So Hare, E Rama. So Hare Rama, Hare Rama. So if you can do that, your pronunciation and your concentration on the Harinam will be very intense. All right. Anyway, thank you, Mataji. So I hope that you always engage in reciting the verses, okay? Because I want to understand how. Say, like for instance, there's another word that Mataji just said, Tat dharma evatma ruchi. All right, here we talk about ruchi. Ruchihi. But in Tamil, we call rusi. So the translation there, they pronounce it rusi. Abdidane, evatma, how you say the word, Mataji?
ஆமா பிரபு அங்க ஏவாத்ம ருசி அப்படிதான் இருக்கு.
So, இது வந்து, okay, rusina, ru, இப்படிதானே வருது? ருசி, இந்த ரூ தானே?
அந்த ரூ தான் பிரபு, ஆனா உங்களோட ரூ தப்பா எழுதிருக்கீங்க.
அப்படி
கிருஷ்ணாக்கு வர்ற அந்த ரூ, கிருஷ்ணாக்கு வர்ற அந்த ரூ,
அப்படியே வரும். இந்த ரூ முன்னுக்கு வருமா?
அப்படிதான் இருக்கு பிரபு, அப்படிதான் ருசிக்கு நார்மலாவே அப்படிதான் வரும்.
ஏன்னா ஏவாத்மான்னு சேர்த்து எழுதின அவசியம் அந்த ரூ வருது. ஏன்னா இந்த ரூ வந்து முன்னுக்கு வர்றது தானே, இந்த ரூ முன்னுக்கு வர்றது தானே
வரும் பிரபு. நார்மலாவே ருசினாலே அந்த ரூ தான் வரும்.
ஓ, அந்த ரூ தானா? சரி சரி சரி. alright, alright. So that means like a M, like இப்படி தானே ரூ சி, right? Yes or not?
இருங்க பிரபு, நான் டைப் பண்ணி அனுப்புறேன்.
சரி சரி சரி, ஓகே ஓகே, பரவாயில்ல. ஆனா what I want to say is the word see. Actually எப்படி வரணும்னா இப்படி வரணும், டாட் இப்படி வரணும். So ruchi. புரியுதா மாதாஜி?
புரியுது பிரபு.
Each see. So அப்பதான் இந்த pronunciation கரெக்டா வரும், ruchi. Because sometimes when you look at the old manuscript, old books எல்லாம் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப்படிதான் அவங்க எழுதி வச்சிருப்பாங்க. ஆனா இப்ப தமிழ் வந்து சீன்னு எழுதிட்டாங்க, ருசி. So anyway, சரி, ஏதோ விட்டுட்டு எங்கேயோ போயிட்டோம் நம்ம. Okay, now let's look at the word by word translation. Uchista lepan, that means the remnants of the foodstuff. Anumodita, being permitted. Dvija, by the Vedantis Brahmana. Okay, Dvija means the second birth. Dvina, two. Jaina, birth. So second birth. So that's why they call Dvija. Okay, or also known as the Brahmana. Sakrit, once upon a time. Sma, in the past. Bunje, took. That, by that action. Apasta, eliminated. Kilbisha, all seems. Okay, the word kilbisha also you can see the word many times mentioned. There'll be a lot of mentioning kilbisha. Right? Evam, this. Pravartasya, being engaged. Pravartasya means being engaged. Vishuddha Chetasa, one whose mind is purified. Okay, Vishuddha. Okay, is purified. That particular dharma nature, eva, certainly, Atma Ruchihi, transcendental attraction, Prajayate, was manifested. Okay, anybody the translation?
Prabhu, shall I?
Go ahead.
Once only by their permission, I took the remnants of their food, and by so doing, all my sins were at once eradicated. Thus, being engaged, I being purified in heart, and at the same time, the very nature of the transcendentalists became attractive to me.
So tell me what you understand, Mataji.
Okay, that means Narada Muni, he just once only he took the remnants of the food of the rishis, and by doing so, all his sins were taken away or demolished, and so he became engaged, and he became purified in his heart, and the same time, and the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive, and so the transcendentalists became attractive to him.
Very nice. So if you can have this yellow tag, please write it, prasadam importance, and put it there. So in the future, you will know how to refer to the book. So this is one way of I'm doing. Where's my dustbin? Okay. So one way I just take the stick on. I just put there 21st May 2026 prasadam importance. So that means on text 25. Now we're going to understand. Once only he said. Once only. It's not every moment. That is a powerful statement, Prabhus and mothers. I want you to really dwell deep into it. Okay? This is very, very, very important. Okay? Once only. Okay? So,
Prabhu, that's also why when Guru Maharaj take his prasadam, all the devotees will try to want to take the prasadam left by the Guru Maharaj.
correct. Yes.
So,
So,
Prabhu,
I will.
So, Prabhu, you have to excuse me now. I have to go to temple for cooking. So, I will follow up in the video.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now what it says here, once only by their permission, I took the remnants of their food. And by doing so, all my sins were at once eradicated. How? At once. It's been eradicated. Then after that, what happened? Thus, being engaged, then after the sins are eradicated, then he became engaged, then I became purified in heart. Then at that time, very fortunate of the transcendentalists, they became attractive to me. All right. What you can think of. So, the Bhagavad Gita, my favorite verse, what is that? I've said it many times. What's my favorite verse in Bhagavad Gita? Can anyone recall? Those who are following me every day, what is my favorite Bhagavad Gita verses that I always like to talk?
Durena.
Yes. So can you get the verse, Prabhu? What is that? 2.48, if I'm not mistaken. Yes or not?
$2.49.
Okay, 249. All right. So can you read that verse slowly, the translation? Hello? Anybody home?
249, Prabhu.
Hmm.
Can I read or the Prabhu reads?
Yeah. Anyone?
O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service, and in that consciousness surrender unto the Lord. Those who want to enjoy the fruits of their works are misers.
Thank you. Okay, now let's look at this. Okay, can you see the verse here? Can you all see the thing here on my screen?
Can.
Okay, so 249, the verse 249 Bhagavad Gita. What Krishna suggested, he said, Durena. Durena means very, very far. What do you do? Hyavaram, unwanted. Okay, karma. Okay, throw away. So that means Durena, discard all in the long distance. He, certainly, avaram, abominable activities. Then Buddhi Yoga. Then on the strength of Krishna consciousness. Buddhao, that means the strength of Krishna conscious, in such consciousness, fully surrender. If not, you will be kripa, you will be miser. if you think you still want to enjoy life. So what it says here, O Dhananjaya, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service. Okay, please remember, keep all abominable activities far distant by devotional service. Okay, so the first point is, first point is keep all abominable activities far distant. How you going to do it? The second point is true devotional service. And the third point is, in that consciousness, surrender unto the Lord. There's 3 points here. Okay, you all following me? So now when you look at these words that what Narada Muni is saying here, what he says, only once by their permission I took the remnants of the foodstuff. So when he did that, Prabhus and mothers, all his sins were at once eradicated. So what happened? First he started to serve. That means he's engaged in Krishna conscious, serving the devotee. All right? Okay, then after that he start to took their remnants of their foodstuff, the remnants of their foodstuff. When he did that, all the sins that's one eradicated, all the Hyavaram karma, all the nonsense, everything gone. Then what happened to him? He became purified. So then after that, he started to engage in that consciousness, surrender unto me, Krishna says in Gita. So he did engaged. And through that, what happened? He became purified. So when he come to the level of purification, only after then, the very nature of the transcendentalist became attractive to me. So until then, is there any kind of attraction? Yes, there is attraction. But here what is written here is the very nature, the original nature of the transcendentalist, became attractive. So he started to see things in a different angle. Are you all following me? Right? Because I can't see anyone.
Yes.
All right. Now, let's look at the purport. Pure devotion is as much infectious, in a good sense, as infectious disease. That's why when we see a pure devotee, we can get so much attracted to him. We want to follow him. We take off and everything, or we travel a far distance just to go and associate with them and all these kind of things. Because it's infectious. It's so feeling so good. So, Prabhupada writes, pure devotee is what? Is cleared from all kinds of sin. That means there's any kind of sin exists in me, in him. So the personality of God here is the purest entity. The Krishna is the purest entity, and Prabhupada writes, unless one is equally pure. That means once we come to the level of that purity, from where? From the infection of material qualities. Infection of material qualities. How are we going to call this? This is called anarthas. Infection of material qualities, anarthas. We still have, do I still have anger? Do I still have greed? Do I still think that I'm hell of a great? Do I still feel I cook better than another person? Do I get carried away when people praise me? Oh, the way you do things is so wonderful. All these, if there is any, that means we are still in the material condition. Right? Of course, we can't get rid of it overnight. Like Sunil asked that question that day in the group. How can I achieve the pure devotional service? Very simple. Increase your japa. That's the only secret, my dear Prabhus and mothers. This morning in Pran Govinda Prabhu's class, he said, what is the core principle, core value? What are the stepping stone into pure devotional service? Number one, follow the 4 regulative principles. Must follow the 4 regulative principles. So what is the 4 regulatory principle? Number 1. Number 2, you must chant minimum 16 rounds. No compromise. Minimum. Don't stay in minimum forever, but minimum 16 rounds, the second quality. And the third quality, you should not be envious or angry or this kind of, you should not see any kind of bad qualities on others. Right? Then you should always engage in, so there's 5 things. Okay, what are the another 2? First is there's not the sound actually distracted me. Number 1 is you must chant 16 rounds. Number 2, you must follow the 4 regulatory principle. Number 3 is you must engage. That means you must do this missionary work. That means spreading the Krishna consciousness to everyone around you. Because if you only preach, that shows that you have compassion. Like some people say, I don't want to preach, I stay in the temple. You still don't have compassion. Every devotee who are under the movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu should preach at least once in their lifetime. They should at least make one person a devotee. At least they should encourage one person to take up Bhagavad Gita. It's a must. Okay? Because when you have heart full of compassion, that's when you can do that. Right? And number 4, avoid criticizing or blaspheming or finding fault. And number 5, be envious free. There's 5 qualities the devotee should have. So when we practice these 5 qualities, all the other infectious material qualities will start to dissipate. So Prabhupada writes, one cannot become a pure devotee of the Lord. If you don't do that, you see. So the Bhakti Vedantas, as above mentioned, were pure devotees. And the boy became infected with their qualities of purity by their association and by eating once the remnants of the foodstuff taken by him. Taking Mahaprasadam from the spiritual master, it's truly an amazing experience. Any one of you have had that before? The remnants? Right? No one have experienced. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes,
I-
Mangala Rukmini. Yeah. Huh?
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, from Jayapataka Swami, from Guru
You
Maharaj.
got it.
Yes, yes. 2-3 times I had.
Wow, you're very lucky. Once in Todu, when Guru Maharaj was down, His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj, like some devotees get so carried away. It's very normal. So when he was there, and I went and stand outside. I went and stand outside this thing. And suddenly one guy was bringing one handful of prasadam, the remnants there. What are you eating? When he saw me, I was standing there. I just went, he said, Prabhu, I've taken for everybody, Prabhu. No, I say, hold on. I didn't ask a lot. No, Prabhuji, it's a Bengali devotee. He said, no, Prabhuji, this one I have to take for that devotee. This. I said, can you listen to me first? He said, yes. I am not asking anything. I just want to ask only one morsel of that prasadam. He said, what do you mean? He just showed the thing. Okay, take. He didn't mind because he saw that I'm very insisting. I just took 1 grain of rice, Prabhu. 1 grain of rice. When I took the grain of rice, it was stuck with a small little piece of chapati. Just a small little piece of chapati. And 1 grain of rice. Only that. I said, enough. Then he felt so bad. He said, Prabhuji, no, it's okay, it's enough. Because that's what they say. And Prabhu, until today, I can remember the taste of that 1 morsel of rice and that small little tiny piece of chapati. I can still remember it. So it's truly an amazing. Satyanarayan Prabhu, I saw you unmuting. You want to say something?
No, bro. No. Sorry, bro.
Oh. So like that. Because there's one morsel. And sometimes I used to wonder, why did I become a devotee, first of all? I remember once when we started talking about 94, in the year 94, when Guru Maharaj was in Ipoh, and they did a Pada Puja, and the water that washes the feet was outside. So just by taking a little water from there and a sprinkling, so all these, so everything from that remnants foodstuff by the Bhakti Vedantas is actually very powerful. But sometimes people get very angry. Oh, come on, you're not eating that to satisfy your tongue or your belly. Just even one little drop of that Mahaprasadam is enough. All right? So just say, even only eating once the remnants of the foodstuff taken by them. All right? So such remnants may be taken even without permission of the pure devotee. Prabhupada giving us tips. Such remnants may be taken even without permission. You know, that's why when a devotee or pure devotee, whoever it is, when you go to India, you get a chance to serve anybody. Don't let them wash their plate. Don't let them get up from the seat. Put a tray and wash their hand in that place itself. There will be some remnants. Take that little remnants and you start to see amazing thing happen. Don't say, he washed his hand. You know, he washed his hand. You only drink the water. It depends on your sukriti. How much you understand the importance. But here we understand. Just once Narada Muni have taken the prasadam, he became a Narada Muni from Sudra. There are sometimes pseudo devotees, all right, fanatic devotees, who, and one should be very much cautious about them. Pseudo devotees means that pretenders, or not really a pure devotee. So we have to be very much cautious about them. There are many things which hinder one from entering devotional service. Okay, there are many things. That means also Prabhupada writes there. There are many things which hinder. Hinder means prevent you from entering into devotional service. There's a lot of hindrance. But by the association of a pure devotee, all these obstacles are removed. Okay? Then the neophyte devotee becomes practically enriched with the transcendental qualities of the pure devotee. What does that mean? That means you're talking about the neophyte. Neophyte means those of new devotee. What is neophyte means? I only respect the Lord, but I don't respect the devotees. One example of neophyte. That means they still have not matured yet. They're still very immature. Just like the small child fighting with another child. You know, my daddy is better than your daddy, you know. Who say my daddy is so nice? No, my daddy is like just a childish act. So neophyte means childish. Right? So what they do? They come, oh, I respect the Lord. Lord is everything. I don't care about devotee. All right? So like recently, there's one in a meeting, there's one particular devotee who was very, very old, quite old, I mean, quite a senior. He was annoyed with the boga that we get from the market. He said, why are you getting all that lousy boga? You know, we'd rather buy. In Ipoh, we are blessed. We don't buy vegetables at all, and including flowers. All right? This devotee goes to Cameron Highland. We get the flowers and vegetable until we cannot finish. Until the devotees have to pack, or sometimes we even give to the cows. Even in Ipoh, we go to the Pasar Borong or any other place. Sometimes we are scared to go. Until they scold us, you know. Hey, you sangat banyak kaya sekarang, sangat kaya. Wah, tamo biar. Like that. When we go and ask for one box of potato, he'll give one full dozen of potato, you know, tomato. That time of tomato was very expensive. One box of tomato. Can I have one? What one? 1 dozen. I say, oh, that's too much. I give, you take. But it's too much, but okay, how many want? Okay. At least, he said, you know that the pushing cart, the trolley, we put as much as you can. So half a dozen. Right? Then he said, you want this vegetable? They will bring one big basket. The thing will just get down from the lorry. You take, this one you take. One thing, Ipoh is very blessed. That day when devotee was talking about Radha Yatra in Johor, the flowers alone, they spend something like 5,000-6,000. I say, really? I think KL spends even more, I think, if I'm not mistaken. In Ipoh, we hardly spend for flowers because we get it all for free. Right? So any devotees who want to retire, please come to Ipoh. We need your association very badly. So Ipoh is very blessed. Water is very clean. Lot of vegetables. And we got a very beautiful deity, Parama Karuna. Guru Maharaj said he's the most beautiful Gaur Nitai deity in the world. All right. So you have to come to experience it. And funny thing, if you take photo, you cannot get him. But if you come and see it for life, it's truly amazing. So see, now I'm promoting Ipoh already. Anyway, so that means, so the neophyte devotee, so that particular devotee said, oh, we don't buy. That I was telling him, come on, we have been getting for free all this while. At least since I joined 93, until for 32 years, we never purchased, 33 years. No. Then it's okay, up to you. You go to bank and see, you buy 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. After that, you get exhausted. Then you say, never mind. And people scold. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, these devotees so care, the deity need to eat. Our Parama Karuna Nitai Gauranga, the very beautiful deity, oh, they must eat, they must eat, they must eat. But he totally disrespect the devotees. They have no face for devotees. So this is one example of neophyte. I love the deity, but I totally disrespect the devotee. So the neophyte devotee becomes, so what happened? These kind of people also practically become enriched. With what? With transcendental qualities of the pure devotee. So when they start to associate with them, they will start to have this kind of quality. So which means, for Prabhupada, right? That means, in other words, which means attraction of the personality of Godhead's name, fame, quality, pastimes, etc. So that means they also get attraction to the distinct name, the Lord's fame, quality, pastime, and everything. So infection of the qualities of the pure devotee means to imbibe the taste of the pure devotion. So when you get the infection of the pure devotee, what does that mean? You start to get infected with the pure name. Okay. So the taste of the pure devotion, always in the transcendental activities of the personality of Godhead. These transcendental tastes at once makes all material things distasteful. All right. At once you start to taste this, all the other material condition things that you think so exciting, so interesting, will become tasteless. Therefore, a pure devotee is not at all attracted by material activities. Then Prabhupada writes, after elimination of all sins or obstacles. So what you can understand from here? So we understand sins are obstacles, because the word "or" is used here, right? So sins are another term for obstacle. On the path of devotional service, one can become attracted. One can have steadiness. One can have perfect taste. One can have transcendental emotion. And at last, one can be situated on the plane of loving service of the Lord. All these stages developed by the association of pure devotees. And that is the purport of this stanza. So it's a very important purport, my dear Prabhus and mothers. Today, I want you to sit and do a plan. how are you going to associate with pure devotees? The pure devotees means the one who don't have any kind of material contamination. They are not necessary to be only sannyasi. Anybody. The brahmachari also, they can be a pure devotee. The grahastha also can be a pure devotee. Pray to Krishna, my dear Lord, I would like to have a little association. But of course, we cannot go to our Guru Maharaj because he's in America. He's in US now, Dallas. Right? But another pure devotee like Narasingha Maharaj, he travels. You should be the first person to know. I mean, you have to be very enthusiastic in serving him. Sometimes you see, for devotees, for especially Maharaj Swamiji and all the pure devotees, they give them a big plate. They put so much of item. And some people think, are you sure this guy is a sannyasi? Why? Look at the way he eats. How can it be a sunny? No. Actually, what is the reason why they put so much of food? They only take little, others to be meant to be distributed as Mahaprasada. Right? And if you get a chance to go to India, pray to Krishna. What is the praise that you should put to Radharani if you want to go to Vrindavan? My dear Radharani, thank you so much for giving me, for allowing me, for approving my visa to come into Vrindavan. I'm going to come and see all the beautiful pastimes, especially like in Govardhan. I would like to, what is Govardhan means? When Radharani once asked Krishna, it's one of the things that is mentioned in other books. In Bhagavatam, I don't remember reading. What is Govardhan? Once Radharani was with Krishna and she asked, Krishna, how much do you love me? Right? Sometimes it's very normal, right? Even how much the boy and girl in loving relationship, they always like to ask this kind of question. Sometimes we find it very silly question. So I'm bringing Mangala Rukmini Mataji and all the other Matajis back to your early 20s. Huh? So that's a normal feeling, right? Mataji, do you all experience that before? Despite your husband love you so much, you ask, do you really love me? Yes or not? Why no comment? Oh, Satyanarayan Prabhu. Sometimes it's always normal. All right? Yes, Prabhu?
Very common, Prabhu. Very common.
Still is happening to you, Prabhu?
Yeah. They are,
Oh, really? Wow.
when the age is catching, when you retire, and the wife become insecure. So
Oh, okay.
to make sure the security is there, they are thinking about security, not about love. But the security is there
Oh,
to make sure that the wife will ask you.
I
So
see.
are you still
How about
thinking
on the
about
early days, Prabhu? Early days when you're 20s, 21,
that one
when
is,
you leave?
of course, very sure, Prabhu. There's too many
That is okay.
times.
No, because sometimes when my wife asked me that, I used to joke with her, I said, no. I mean, it seems to be diminishing. I still feel my affection towards you start reducing. Then I used to ask her, come on, what nonsense you're talking? But now after reading this, it happened in Goloka Vrindavan. Srimadi Radharani is asking Krishna, my dear
What
Lord, my dear
about us,
Krishna.
Prabhu? We are very tiny,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
yeah, exactly. We are just a pathetic reflection. All
Yes,
the things that happened in Vrindavan is happening here.
yes.
My dear Krishna, how much do you love me? Krishna looked at her. Really? He take out his heart and plant it, and the heart start to grow. It was Govardhan Hill. It was growing and growing and growing. Suddenly, stop, enough. He stopped, he put the hand there, stop. And that's Govardhan Hill. So I am going to go there to see the expression of love of Krishna towards Srimadi Radharani. And that's the Govardhan. My dear Srimadi Radharani, I am so grateful to you for make me to come and see the amount of affection that Krishna has on you. Then after that, I'm going to come to Radha Kund. And Sham Kund, I'm going to see how much that you and Krishna had a beautiful pastime in that Kund. And all these things. But Mother Radharani, I have a little request. Let it be, I don't have a chance to see Radha Kund. Let there be, I don't have a chance to see Govardhan. But just fulfill this one wish, which I call it a boon from you. Please allow me to associate with pure devotee. The pure devotee of your lotus feet. The pure devotee of Sri Sri Radha and Krishna. Please, I'm not sure who. Please let me stumble upon them. Please give me the opportunity to serve them with all my heart. My dear mother, please allow me. Because I know just by a little association, by little service to your pure devotee, I can achieve the highest perfection. All right? Even how many times I go around Govardhan, how many times I dive into Radha Kund, I won't get that kind of sukriti other than serving a pure devotee even a moment. Kindly bestow such mercy. Pray to Radharani. Don't go to India, Mayapur, Vrindavan, take the hot water and pour on your leg and just go around and come back. That's why I always say, never hire a tour guide if you go to Vrindavan. Right? That's like Dina Bandhu Prabhu is there. Dina Bandhu Prabhu and all these kind of devotees. Of course, don't get cheated. All right, go to ISKCON. Tell them that I would like to go and see, but I want a devotee to take me. So when the devotee comes to you and just say, Prabhuji, I just want to mention to you, Prabhuji, I am not rushing. Take me to one place and show me and tell me everything I should know about that place. Don't go, because we understood if you go to the place, you just go and quickly, you just go run, and go back, rush back. It just became a place of pilgrimage for the crows. Because every holy place that you go, the goal of the holy place is, of course, why the place became holy? Because the holy men are staying there. The person sanctified the place. In Ganga Mahatmya, it is a story of Sri Ganga. Mother Ganga was lamenting to Krishna, my dear Lord, all the sinful floods coming to me and washing their sin. What should I do? What should I do? And then Krishna says, well, you can go to Kaveri and take a dip there. You drop all the sin there. That's the first choice. But it's quite troublesome. Let me give you a second choice, the best thing that's going to happen to you. And what is that, my Lord? All the pure devotees, Bhakti Vedantas in the future, they will come and take a dip in your river. And because they are so pure, they will purify all the sins discarded on you. Wow. What is that? When a pure devotee come into Ganga, they purify even Ganga. That's why when they sit in these kind of holy places, they purify the entire environment. The whole environment becomes so cleansed, becomes so purified. That's why in Vrindavan, you should not criticize even a pig. Pig, look at the pig. Look at the pig, no. Don't say anything in Vrindavan. Even someone come and say something to you, you're not happy, just keep quiet. Just always surrender to Srimati Radharani. Oh, Mother Radha, thank you for showing me this real village kind of experience. They come, you come, If you really can't afford it, just okay. Sometimes they say, give me money. I, Brajavasi, I'm going to curse you. Says, Jai Sri Radhesha. Don't go there, make sure you stay as humble. Don't dress up so opulently and everything. So anyway, that's the secondary, but pray to Srimati Radharani. Suddenly you'll meet someone, who knows? It can be from any Vaishnava sect, it can be from ISKCON, or can be from Gaudiya Math, or can be like others, whichever. They say, please come and take prasadam. I'm so honored to see you. Then go there. Create a friendship, associate. You're not going to be with him forever because you're from Malaysia. Don't be very stereotyped. But at the same time, also don't get carried away, don't deceive. So let Radharani to guide you to the pure devotee. We have imperfect vision, imperfect intelligence, imperfect emotion. Sometimes we cannot distinguish between the right and the wrong. Suddenly we see one guy who's a pretender with big tilak and everything, Sahajias. You can get carried away. Go there, think of some devotee who are very dear to you, very close to you, right? Whoever it is. So maybe you get connected to him, and through him, you try to go and visit around. That's why sooner or later, Chandru, Ramesh and I are planning to create a travel plan. And of course, this is all devoid of all these kind of, what they call, quick tour, but a sattvic tour. I mean, we are planning. Chandru Ramesh, the one who writes that Mahabharat book. Because he was telling them, because recently what happened, there's one Mataji, I think she's here if I'm not mistaken. Let me see whether she's here or not. Oh, I think she's not here. Right? She went to Penang, she went to India, came back with a severe food poisoning until she was in ICU. So we want to prevent. So, okay, anyway. So what I'm trying to tell you here is, pray to Srimati Radharani. Back her. You go to Mayapur, pray to Gaurangama, pray to Nityananda Prabhu, my dear Prabhu Nityananda. Can you, suddenly, you have to associate with pure devotees. And don't simply go there as a guest. Go there as a servant. All right? So when they ask you for prasadam and these things, try to take some remnants, try to serve or give some dakshina, some donation or whatever, and try to these things. So it's very, very important, the association of pure devotee, because when you can take their meal, the food that you've eaten, the remnants, it's considered so sacred. It's very, very sacred. Because the Bhakti Vedantis are completely transcendentalists, even though they are living in a material body, but the body is not conditioned, it is liberated. Even what they call, there's a term they call liberated in this, in the material body. So when you have a conditioned material body, you have to be associated with the liberated material body to also to get infected with the disease of renunciation. All right. So it's a very nice purpose, because this is also that if anybody wants to do this Bhakti Vaibhava, the whole idea is simply by hearing about the Lord pastime, one can become one of the associates of the Lord. This is supposed to be the essay question for Bhakti Vaibhava. Right? So anyway, so I've just taken, because I plan to do maybe Bhakti Vaibhava summative studies. That means for the seniors who have no time for sitting and attending exam, you can sit for exam like a thesis. That means you just go there, you just apply, they give you a few exam, you just answer. You pass, you get Bhakti Vaibhava certificate. But the condition is you must be 45 or something like that above, and you should be very busily engaged in devotional service that you have no time to attend classes. Right? All right, now let's look at the text 26. Okay, before that, I would like to ask you, now it's 10:45. Is that okay? We overshoot at least half an hour. That means by 11:15. Is that okay?
Okay,
With
Prabhu.
everyone's all
Okay.
right, so now it's text 27 is going to be very interesting text. Okay. So what effect he had? What effect did Narada Muni had after taking the Mahaprasadam? All right. What happened? When we talk about removal of ignorance, what actually happened? All right. So we're going to continue that after 2 minutes. Just take a 2 minutes break. We'll continue shortly. Just 2 minutes, not more.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yes, Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
You call me? Chandra
No,
Govinda here.
no. Anyone called in?
I see your name here. Okay, sorry, Prabhu. Sorry,
Oh,
thank
okay,
you.
okay. No, we just took a 2 minutes break.
Okay, it's all right.
Of course, Govinda, we always call upon. Govind, the moonlight Govinda. Okay.
Hare Krishna.
Moon face Govinda. All right. So,
Hare.
okay, let's continue.
Okay.
Okay. Let's look at the next verse here. Okay. Tantran vaham Krishna kata pragayatam anugrahena shranavam manoharaha tashraddaya menu padam vishrinvata priya shavasyanga mama bhavaruchihi manohara. All right, the another one is Krishna Katha, Pragayatam, Anugraha, blessing, Tan Shraddaya, faith, Me, Anupadam, Visrinvata, Priya Shravasya, love, Anga, that means Anga means limbs, Mama Bhavat Ruchihi, taste. Maha Bhavat means a great taste. Let's look at the word by word. Tatra, thereupon, Anu, every day, Aham, I, Krishna Katha, narration Lord Krishna's activity. So here we understand here that Narada Muni mentioned Krishna Katha in detail. He didn't say Hari Katha. He said Krishna Katha. So must be very important. All right? Okay, Krishna Katha. Pragayatam, describing Anugrahena, by the causeless mercy. Anugraham, Anugraham, right? Tamil also. Ashannavam, giving oral reception. Manahara, attractive. Manohara means attractive. All right? The word Manohara, there's so many times it will be mentioned in Gita Govind. All right? There's a book, Gita Govind. Of course, it's not available and it's a kind of confidential. There's so many times the word Manohara will be mentioning. That means the most attractive. Ta, those. Shraddaya, respectful. Shraddha, respectful. Me, unto me. Anupadam. Anupadam means every step, step by step. Vishinvata. Vishinvata. That means hearing attentively. Priya Shravasya, the personality of Godhead. Anga. Oh, Anga here is mentioned. Oh, Vyasadeva. Okay. I thought Anga. Anga means limbs. Oh, here it's mentioned as Vyasadeva. Okay. I learned something new today. Anga. Vyasadeva. Mama. Mine. Abhavat. It is so become Ruchihi. Taste. Rusi. Translation, please. Anyone?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
O Vyasadeva, in that association and by the mercy of those great Vedantalists, I could hear them describe the attractive activities of Lord Krishna, and thus listening attentively, my taste for hearing of the personality of Godhead increased at every step. Thank you, Prabhu.
Okay, very nice. This is text number 26. Oh, I'm on a wrong text here. Okay. I was just wondering why the translation looks so different. All right. All right. Okay. Now, what is mentioned here? So at first, what he says, what Vyasamuni is telling, only once by their permission I took the remnants and all my sin had eradicated, and thus I'm engaged in become purified in a heart. At that time, at that moment, at that time, the very nature of the transcendentalists become attractive to me. So that means that's when he could understand the very nature. What is the nature of the transcendentalist? Right? What is the inner meaning? See, like we are reading this Bhagavatam, we are reading it, but after that, when we go detail, we start to understand the inner meaning. All right, the very nature. And what is that very nature? Now, Narada Muni is mentioning here that says that, oh, Vyasadeva, in that association, and the same time, by the mercy of those great Vedantis, by the mercy of that great Vedantis, I could hear them describe the attractive activities. So that means what? He has been there and they were only talking about that. But now, when the association by the mercy, when the purification start happening, when he's purified from all sinful, his ears could get the real, it can capture the real meaning. The mind could filter the real meaning. The intelligent could interpret it in the right way. The mind capture it, the intelligent interpret it using that, because the intelligent now is purified. And by doing that, the ahankar or the activity, it turns into a pure devotional way. So he says, I could hear them. So if okay, now we can understand what does it mean by I could hear them. What does that mean? I could hear them means. That means he was not there directly sitting among the devotees and taking darshan. When a person speaks, when everybody's around there sitting, they are listening. Yes, that means in a class. But when we are talking, say my son is sitting there and in narrating, I could hear my father talking like that. That means he was not directly involved in front of me and he was sitting right at the one corner. You see. So what Vyasa is, I could hear them. That means he was not there. He was at the side hearing. I hope you all are following me. Describe the attractive activities of Lord Krishna. And you know what he did? He listened to that very attentively. And thus listening attentively, even at the corner, my taste for hearing the personality of Godhead increased at every step. So I heard them speaking, and by listening very attentively. So we have to be very attentive. That's the word. We have to be very attentive in our learning. That's why sometimes I always advise the devotee, do not read fast when it comes to the scripture. Oh, we are saying in the association of the pure mercy of the great devotee, whenever I could hear them describe the attractive activities of Lord Krishna, and thus listening attentively, my taste for hearing of the personality of Godhead increased every step. No, you cannot do that. You have to go slowly and attentively. So that's our goal. So we are listening very attentively to the teachings of Srila Prabhupada in his purport. And how we are listening? We are listening through our eyes. Because when you are reading, we are listening through our eyes. All right? We are enjoying the taste in our mind, not in the tongue. Right? And by doing that, it increases every step. What? The hearing, the taste for hearing. More. I want more. I want more. I want more. I cannot stop. Let's look at the purport. In the purport, Prabhupada writes, he says, Lord Sri Krishna is the absolute personality of Godhead. He's making the point. He's not only attractive of his personal feature, but he's also in his transcendental activities. Even the transcendental activities are so nectarian and relishing. It is so because the absolute is absolute by his name, fame, form, pastimes, entourage, paraphernalia. That means his name, his fame, his form, all the pastimes he did, all that stories about him, entourage, that means the one that follows him, right? His followers, entourage, and paraphernalia. All these are all super attractive. All right. Now, the Lord descends on this material world. Okay, now the word is, let's see, what does it mean descend? What this word descend means? Descend means the one who comes from the top to come down. Okay, the one who are coming down from a higher platform. Right? Say like, okay, I'm going downstairs. I'm descending down. That means from top you come down. Ascending means from down going up. So the word descends. So he came down to the material world. Does he really need to do that? No, because of his causeless mercy. Okay, now the question is, what does this causeless mercy is all about? Every time we are talking about, oh, Krishna and his causeless mercy, Prabhupada and his causeless mercy. But what actually this thing called causeless mercy? Causeless. That means there's no cause to be merciful towards you. I can be very merciful to my son because he's my son. I have a cause. All right. I can be very merciful towards, say, like my mother-in-law because she's my mother-in-law. There's a cause. But if I want to pay my, if I want to be compassion to all the other mothers and to all the other boys in town, that is, I don't have a cause. If I have any intention back of my mind, there is a cause. But here, they are doing without intention. There's no intention. That means there's no expectation. They just simply come down out of their free will just because they care and love for us. They want us to come back. So by his causeless mercy, what it displays is various transcendental pastime. He shows off all these kind of things, right? So now, what happened to this? Text 26. 26. Then 27. Oh, there's a mistake here, I think. Uchisto lepan anumodita jiva dija. That's just now verse, right? Okay, let me see. Okay. I think there's overlapping because this is a scanned copy of the original book. So there's overlapping. Okay, now let's see. Possible transcendental pastimes. Okay, now go back to the 26. Pastime. Okay, now, so material by his causeless mercy displays his various transcendental pastimes. Okay, so how as a human being, so he came and showed his pastime as a human being. Why? See, sometimes when the king come and sit in a coffee shop along with the people and start eating nasi lemak and coffee, like now we are seeing it very common, right? Our king now, he just simply walk into one Chinese shop, some coffee shop, he'll be sitting there drinking a coffee and a nasi lemak. And everybody start to feel so nice. Why? Because from the king, that means from the throne, he come to the lowest level to be with the people. All right? So everybody seems to be very happy and they feel very calm. It's no more, oh, dirgahayu tuanku, ampun tuanku, beribu-ribu ampun, harap pate di ampun, all that, no. You simply come, hey, you have eaten or not? Hey, give him a coffee. How about you? Nasi lemak satu. So people feel so nice when the king become a citizen. So similarly, out of the causeless mercy of the Lord, who is the supreme personality, who have created this three mode of material nature, who controls the what they call the three condition, who's the master of the entire universe, he come down as a human being. How merciful he is. When he come down in the human form, the human beings become attracted towards him. So when the attraction starts, they can be able to go back to Godhead. Okay? Men are naturally apt for hearing histories. The men love to listen to history. That's why sometimes the history channel, we like to see what happened to World War II, World War III, whatever things that happened. They love to listen to the stories, histories, and also narration. But now the men are naturally apt to hear histories and narration of various personalities. What did Hitler did, what this did this thing, and who perform mundane activities. And without knowing that by such association, one simply wastes valuable time and also become addicted to the three qualities of the mundane nature. Right? How did communism spread? Communism was written by Karl Marx, and it was written in England. But people start to read about him. Of course, he's a mundane person who wrote a mundane story. The another person became attracted. He became infected with that mundane propaganda. And that's when the communist ideas start to spread. Russia, China, and they start to spread communism. All right? And the whole world became deceived. But now it's okay, it's still better. Now the communists are so sober. All right? But in those days, like in Russia, oh my God, it's so horrible. Okay, dictate like when you look at North Korea now. Okay, it's like that communist. So that means we were infected. But from us reading all this mundane nonsense, like my father loved to read the story of Mandela. So one day I got so annoyed. I said, what have you gained by reading Mandela's story? Right? So then he said, no, you should. I said, I have understood about Mandela. I've read a lot of autobiographies and everything, yes. But it's not as attractive as Mahabharata. Then he looked at me, do you have Mahabharata? Yes, we got a condensed version Mahabharata. Do you want to read it? It looks like a novel. I would like to read because I cannot give my father Bhagavad Gita because it's totally against everything. But when he took up that Mahabharata, that's why he said Mahabharata is meant for what? For this kind of mundane mentality people. After he started reading Mahabharata, then he was so attracted to it. That's when he started to touch Bhagavad Gita and start to look here and there. But of course, he didn't complete it. Right? He was not fully surrendered, but at least he has started somewhere. So it's very important. So instead of wasting time, one can get spiritual success by turning his attention to the transcendental pastimes of the Lord. Simple as that. And Prabhupada writes, by hearing the narration of the pastime of the Lord, one contacts directly the personality of Godhead. And as explained before, by hearing about the personality of Godhead from within, hearing about the personality of Godhead from within, all accumulated sins of the mundane creature are cleared. Isn't that fantastic? Right? That means before, just by hearing about the personality of Godhead, all accumulated sin, all the sins that you have accumulated of the mundane creature. Prabhupada could have written mundane human being, but he put creature. That means all varieties. Everything is cleared, nullified. Just like, how it feels when someone just say you are cleared of this thing, right? Once, okay, like for instance, say a guy who are accused of criminal act, suddenly the court says you are cleared of all accusation. You know the feeling? Okay, I give you my example. After 14 years, suddenly I got a letter that you have been cleared from bankruptcy without any condition. Totally, absolutely cleared. No condition, no string attached. You know how it feels? Honestly, Prabhus and mothers, I felt sick. I was having a fever for 1 week. I cannot believe my eyes. Right? That's why the last year, December, something, I just took around 10 days break. I became feverish. The feeling of say that you have been cleared, it is totally unbelievable experience. It's fantastic experience. So now we also have to be cleared from all. So every single day when we're talking about this Krishna Katha, when we are studying the Bhagavatam and reading all the stories, our purification level has intensified. Because we are not simply reading, but we are diving deep into Srila Prabhupada's purport. Thus being cleared of all sin. Then after all the sin clear, that's why when we start with Canto 1, I think by the time we finish Canto 9, we go to the chapter 10, the hearer gradually becomes liberated from mundane association. That's a one thing that we should really pay attention. All our association should be kept within the devotional circle. We are not trying to become a fanatic. Scientifically, our mind is so fickle. If you let your mind to wander, your mind will run away. Right? Just like how much that if you got a pet at home, how much you love the pet, but you have to always put the pet in the cage. You cage it. Right? The cat and dog, you cage it. Why? If you just let the floor run, it will run because there's a high vulnerability, all right, for the cat or dog to run away from the house. So we are always careful. We are giving the best food. We are giving them the best treatment, and we are cage it in the house. Don't go. If you want to go, you just follow. Don't you take the dog or cat for a walk or something like that. So something like that. Even the cat and dog has to be maintained that way. Imagine the mind, which is so fickle, which has been terribly conditioned, this material condition of life, right? So suddenly this kind of mundane association, what will happen? It becomes attracted to the features of the, okay, sorry. So that means with the mundane association, everything is gone. So we should be the first, how to check and balance, am I liberated? When you stop associating with devotees, even that person is your own children or own relative, own siblings. So when they come to the house, you put the standard. We only have prasadam, and we only have that. And while they are there, you still maintain your sadhana. That means you don't allow them to come and talk nonsense to you. Okay, it's very important. Mundane association. So it gradually become liberated from mundane. So to be liberated, to come out of this mundane association, Prabhupada writes here as liberation. Can you see the word liberation? Can you imagine? Not to associate with the mundane people is a kind of liberation, Prabhus and mothers. In order to get this kind of liberation, what strong process you have to do? You have to hear. You have to go on hearing Harikatha. And through the hearing of all the Harikatha, what happened? How you can hear the Harikatha when all your sins has been cleared? When you go backward, it looks like so scary. So to avoid mundane association is a liberation. You get the liberation only by hearing that Harikatha. And when you can really hear the Harikatha, when all the sins is been cleared, Prabhus and mothers. Look at the intensity. All right, so now I've been cleared of all sins. I hear things, gradually I become liberated with all this nonsense association. So now what happened now? Then I become attracted to the features of the Lord. Then we become attracted to the features of the Lord. So therefore, Narada Muni has just explained these by his personal experience. The whole idea is that simply by hearing, Prabhus and mothers, it is not a big deal. Simply by hearing. It doesn't take much effort. Some of you are busy now. Some of you are cooking. Some of you are attending to your children, grandchildren. Doesn't matter. Put it at one corner and blast it loud. And simply by hearing, maybe not everything is getting into your ears. Maybe some is getting into your ears or whatever. Doesn't matter at all. That's why we are bombarding every single day Bhagavatam class. So don't take shortcut. After 5 days, you miss the class. That means you follow the thing. No, make sure you go back to the class, because there's some point can be a triggering point. And what Narada Muni explained, he's simply hearing. And what is that? Because that is the whole idea. And that he spoke through his personal experience. He's not simply giving his theoretical experience. He's talking on his personal experience. And hearing what, Prabhus and mothers? About the Lord's pastime. What did Krishna do? What did? Is inexhaustible. See the amount of books that I'm having here. Yeah? Prema, Pradipa, what is it? Raga, Vartama, Chandrika, Tulasi, Amrita, and the story about Srila Sanatana Goswami. I don't know whether I can finish all these things in my lifetime. It has so much. Sometimes they say when Vishnu is lying on the thing and all that, the serpents, the thousands of hoots, millions of hoots will be singing Krishna's pastime. They don't repeat. The Ananda Sheshas go on singing the Krishna pastime and they don't repeat what they have sang. And they've been doing from the time immemorial until today, they cannot be exhausted. They cannot go out of that idea. This hood, look at this hood. So now we are already finished. Do you hear any story? No, la. Oh, okay. Then how? Then look at Vishnu now. My dear Lord. Yes. Then look up. Is there anything extra you have done that we didn't know? It don't happen that way. Eternally moving. The Lord's pastime. So simply by hearing the Lord's pastime, Prabhu and mothers, what proper right is something that blows my head off. It says, one can become one of the associates of the Lord. Look at that. You do not need to pack your things and go to Himalayas. You do not need to wear your kopin, the traditional underwear, and sit during the cold weather. You do not need to put fire around you during the hot weather. You do not need to meditate in the water, outside the water, on the tree, below the tree. You do not need to take severe austerity like chanting, fasting, Chaturmasya, 4 months, not eating anything. Right? I do not need to take a severe austerity. No, nothing. And this is explained by where? All this explained from where, Prabhus and mothers? All this explained through the personal experience of Srila Narada Muni. And what he say? That he says simply by hearing the Lord's pastime, one can become one of the associate of the Lord. That means you can go and stay with him, live with him. It doesn't take much effort at all. Simply hearing Harikatha. That's why as a human being, we love to listen to stories. That's why those days when we were small, our mother, grandmother would like to tell a story to put us to sleep. They like to tell stories so that we can eat. Nila story. Look at the moon, tell story and just to feed. It's a natural tendency of human being. Because we naturally like to hear stories. Then, Narada Muni has eternal life, unlimited knowledge, and unfathomed bliss. That means the bliss that doesn't have ending, unfathomed, fathom. Has eternal life. Narada Muni got eternal life. His knowledge is unbelievable, unlimited, and unfathomed bliss. The bliss that doesn't have ending. And not only that, he can also travel all over the material world and also to the spiritual worlds. He can come to the earth. Maybe he can be sitting around us listening to this Harikatha. At the same time, okay, I feel like taking Prashadam. Let me go to Vaikunda. Let's see what Mahalakshmi has cooked for Vishnu. No, we can go to Vaikunda. He can go anywhere without restriction. Now, Prabhupada writes something. I want you to pay a close attention to this. I want you to underline this statement. He says, one can attain to the highest perfection. The second point, one can attain to the highest perfection. Okay, let me remove all this because some of you don't have a Bhagavatam, so you can take photo. And those who got a Bhagavatam, kindly underline this statement, write it somewhere. And those who take photo, also kindly write it somewhere and keep it with you, because this is an assurance of a Bhagavata. Srila Prabhupada is a Bhagavata. He's giving you assurance. Please write it down. Or if you don't have a book, take photo. Take snapshot. Just wait first. Don't snapshot now. Let me highlight everything. And or go back to the video and try to hear it a few times. Write a takeaway from this point. If possible, no need to write anything else. Just write a takeaway from this and elaborate your understanding. Okay. Now let's start it. Let's do it again. Right? Let me do it again. Now, number one, what's mentioned? One can attain. First point. Attain what? The highest perfection. Right? The word highest, not an ordinary, but the highest perfection. Okay? Of what? Life. The highest that you can achieve, not to become a president, not to become a CEO, that's not the highest achievement in life. But the highest perfection, Prabhupada writes, perfection in life. And the word that is, the word that used word is simply. What is simply means? It doesn't take so much of effort. Or whimsically, without even paying attention. Simply. Right? One can attain the highest perfection of life simply how? By attentive. Attentive hearing. Attentively hear to the transcendental what? Pastimes. It's only a transcendental pastime of the Lord from the right source. Don't waste your time to listen to all the source which is not bona fide. First thing, we don't listen to any Mayavadi. Even the Mayavadi can give a fantastic conclusion. As long as the first Mayavadi, we don't accept it. Or Tattvavadi, or this kind of Brahmavadi. All these kind of people who are not in the Vaishnava Parambara, I refuse to hear from them. Even they can give a very nectarian talk. Even that can make you cry. No. Because when the mouth, when the lips touched by the, when the milk is touched by the lips of the serpent, that's it. We don't know how the thing will happen in your mind. Then after that, we filter further. They say, okay, I only listen to the Vaishnava. Under the Vaishnava also got so many examples. That one example that I want to share here is this one. What did he say? So the purport says Krishna Katha. But there's one Vaishnava sect who don't agree. is a very straightforward term, Krishna Katha. But in the translation, you see, they put there Narayana Prayana. No, they say Krishna Katha or the story of Krishna. But in translation, you see, they say, okay, here describe the descent of the activities of Narayana Prayana, something like that. Because they still believe Lord Krishna is part of the incarnation of Vishnu. And there's no fault in that actually. As long they are all authorized. Because their mood is Narayana. Right? Like for instance, if you have so much in Ramachandra, that's Ramachandra. You don't even want to call Krishna. We got a Mataji in Ipoh. She cannot, she always, when we say Hare Krishna, say Jai Jagannath. She loves Jagannath. She's crazy for Jagannath. And recently she got initiated as Jagannath Leela. She got the name supposed to be start from T, but the Narasimha Maharaj gave her a name Jagannath Leela Devi Das. Because she loves. There's no wrong. There's no harm. But we are Gaudiya Vaishnava. So when we are Gaudiya Vaishnava, please stick to the Gaudiya Vaishnava theology. First, we don't listen to Mayavadi, Brahmavadi, Tattvavadi, all this reject. We only listen to Vaishnava, these 4 Vaishnava sects. It's okay, you can follow. But if you want to filter further, only keep to Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya. When you look at the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Sampradaya, stick to the one that already that has been spoken or written and this thing guided by our Acharya, the great Acharya of the Kali Yuga. Yuga Acharya, Srila A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhu. So you must be very careful. So simply attentive hearing of the trance, okay? Attentive hearing of the pastime from the right source. What happened? Sri Narada heard them from the pure devotee or Bhakti Vedantas. All right? In his previous life. Prabhupada writes, this process of hearing in the association of the devotees is especially recommended in this age of quarrel called Kali Yuga. It is recommended. So what we can understand from here? We see one can, okay, it says that one can attain highest perfection simply. How? By attentive, okay, of hearing. Simply an attentive hearing. Hearing of what? Hearing the pastimes of the Lord from the right sources. That means there's more than one. From the right sources. Just like Sri Narada heard from them, from the pure devotees or Bhakti Vedantas in his previous life. Simply by hearing that in the previous life, this birth, he became Narada. Then Prabhupada writes that this process of hearing in the association of the devotees, it is especially, that means it's only meant special recommendation for this age of quarrel called Kali Yuga. Right? Can you take photo of these things? And please write a thesis out of this. Or if you want, I can make a box for you so that, just give me a second, I'll try to, all right, okay. So I just make a thing that, that you can, okay. Is there too much of, drawing and line? Do you want me to delete anything, or is it clear on your screen? Everyone
It's
with
okay,
me?
Bhai. It's okay, Prabhu.
Okay, I also take a photo and share in the group.
Prabhu, don't delete anything, Prabhu. Leave it as it is, Prabhu. So it is the whatever drawing you put, leave it like that, Prabhu. I think it makes more clear. Prabhu.
Okay. 1.5.27. Please make an short essay of your
26, Prabhu, not 27.
understanding from the purport. Wait, P-U-R-P-O-R-T. Yeah. P-O-R-T of 1.5.26.
26.
Okay. 26. Either by type or voice note. All right. Okay. So, if those people, okay, this is very, very important. Okay, I better mark my book. It says about hearing to liberation. So when I put like this, Sanda, what I put the 5 star. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I put that, I just stick it in the 5 star. That means I know hearing to liberation, and it's a very important point that I should pay attention. All right. So I just put the 5 star in front like this. Okay, Prabhus and Mothers, thank you for your wonderful association. I just wish I can just go on, but what to do? Phew. Any questions? Any takeaway? How do you all feel good about this, about today's learning? I am feeling so blissful about this. Wonderful. This is just too wonderful. Then tomorrow will be very interesting. As soon as I got the taste of the personality of God, my attention to hear Lord is unflinching, and my taste developed, I could realize. So from now onwards, when you hear that pastimes or Narada Muni Lilamrita, this Narada Muni Lilamrita is going to be so attractive. All right. So, any questions, any takeaway, any comment? Canto Srimad Bhagavatam. Okay. No questions. All right. So if there's no question, we end the session here.
Prabhu,
Yes, Prabhu.
I just want to understand before is going to many topics, seem to be many topic. Is it Narada Muni addresses his pastime? Is it about this transcendental subject that Vyasadeva should describe so that his despondency can be removed, and as well as it's beneficial to those who are unsuccessful yogi. They are getting captivated in this transcendental subject. Is he putting up this experience in the transcendental subject of Srimad Bhagavatam so that Vaisha should describe this pastime so that people will be benefit.
Chaitanya Daya Prabhu, you have asked a brilliant question, Prabhu. I'm so grateful to your question. Brilliant question.
No problem.
You know, actually, what Narada Muni is saying, because initially when we study about the earlier part, Narada Muni chastised Vyasadeva for not writing the glories of the Lord, not writing the pastime of the Lord, the glories, the Leela, all these he didn't write. The name, fame, he only spoke about Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. You perform your duty like this, you do this kind of a sacrifice for the demigods, you're going to get blessed with all these kind of things, you enjoy life, and whatever things you got, you do like this, like that. It's all talk about Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. That means a materially motivated spiritual understanding. Because when you start to understand Krishna and all his Leela, you will be forcefully taken out from this material condition and put you on a spiritual platform. So far, so good, Prabhu. You understand this?
Yes, Prabhu.
And he did not spoke about that. That's why Narada Muni got so irritated. How can you do this kind of mistake? You know, when you look at the way that Narada Muni, the way he talked, we did detailed study, it's look, and somehow what Prabhupada writes that he deliberately did it. It's not that it was a mistake, it's deliberate. How could he do that? Then after that, he says, well, look here, you are not an ordinary person, you're such a great soul. You are the avatar, you are the Saktivesh, you are the plenary portion. You know everything. Now describe it. We have already told that. And now what happened? He is giving his personal testimony. How I born as a son of a maid servant, but simply hearing this Harikatha, I got liberated to become a Narada Muni. Isn't that a great achievement, Prabhu?
Yes, yes.
Great achievement, yes or no? Just an ordinary. That means you're not even a Brahmana. You're not even a Vaishya. You're not even a Vaishya. Vaishya is a third class. All the Chettiars and all the business people, third class. We are talking about the fourth class, Shudra. And that also to the woman. Woman. And she's, because there's nothing about his father was spoken. That means, I think she's like a widow. Shudra woman. And he was such a small boy. He's very, very insignificant. Then, he just took a little remnants. Then, he was liberated, all his senses. Then he could hear Harikatha. So the highlight of his transformation through the association, of course he got that association, he took the remnants, and because of these two, he got the highest bliss to hear Harikatha. So that's why he's telling to Vyasadeva, come on, go straight to the Harikatha. Speak about all the glories. Just simply hearing anyone, your qualification is very simple, Prabhu and Mother. You do not need to have a big Brahmin initiation. You don't need to have this, nothing, no qualification. But attentively hear Harikatha. That's the only qualification. Don't yawn, don't sleep. While you're talking, don't go to the Facebook, scroll, stick to that. That's why in Bhakti Sastri, Bhakti Vaibhava, they ask you to on the camera to prevent you from doing something else. So, pure Harikatha. And that's why I say, if you hear the Harikatha, you can achieve the highest success. So, that's the thing. So, it's not, what he's trying to make a point here. It is the speaking about the pastime of the Lord, it is not an ordinary thing. It's extremely, extraordinarily potent way of achieving the highest success. So now he's trying to make a point through his own personal testimony. You got it, Prabhu?
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. This one really removed the doubt.
Okay, Prabhu.
Yeah.
I'm so happy and grateful to your question. Please, these kind of questions are very nice question, beautiful question. Anyone else? Okay, if there's no question, we'll meet again tomorrow at 9:30. Tomorrow is Friday. Then next week, 2 weeks is a school holiday, and I'm so excited. Let's see if all of you are really available, we can overshoot the time. I don't need to rush. No, it's a school holiday. So till then, have a beautiful day, blissful Thursday. Okay, since it's Purushottama month, and please do not compromise on your chanting. If you're chanting less than 16 rounds, go and hit your 16. If you're chanting more than 16 rounds, try to upgrade to 24, 32, and if possible, try to hit 64. And study that, like there's a lot of verses, there's so many devotees are sharing this Ashtaka, sing that Ashtaka, do this, do that. But from my understanding so far, just keep to these three. Chant your Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, hear Bhagavatam, and remember Bhagavatam. So don't wait for the class to start. Just go on reading. Any moment that you're free, grab your Japa Mala. Get your bead bag. Keep your bag always with you. If any 5-10 minutes you can chant, you can at least chant one round. If you're in the position you cannot carry your big bead bags, at least get a clicker. Clicker, Hare Krishna like that. Get a clicker. All right? So make sure. So what I do whenever I get stuck in the jam, I immediately take them, because now the jam is getting so crazy. All right? The worst can be Friday. Crazy jam. It will take me almost 1.5 hours just to go to 20 kilometers, come back. Ipo is getting mad. So I'll be just like, now I'm feeling very happy with the jam. Just chant Hare Krishna, like that. Or try to pronounce the thing nicely. Engage your mind. Because here, whatever things you do, you get 1,000 times benefit. So what we can understand from your Prabhus and mothers, you're going to get 1,000 times purification. You are on a soap powder which has 1,000 times more powerful. Sometimes they say 3 times more powerful, the soap powder, the detergent, 3 times more powerful, 99.99% kills the germ. But this month, it is 1,000 times more powerful. It can remove the germs and everything, destroy it 1,000-fold time. So let's make full use of this day in full Krishna consciousness. Till then, have a beautiful day. Tantra Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai, our great Acharya, the great Acharya of Kali Yuga, the Senadipati Bhakta, Commander-in-Chief, Abhaya Charanaravinda, Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. We see you again tomorrow. Same time. Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful
Thank
day.
you.
Gaura
Hare
Premana.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Have a beautiful
Thank
day.
you.
Gaura
Hare
Premana.
Krishna. Hare Hare Bol.